Hi YouTube, s&djr here. Yeah, it's just time for another little update video to show you what I've been doing. But before we begin, I'm going to say this is the last video for about 2.5 weeks. I'm working away, so I'm obviously unable to do any work here. I'm pretty much leaving in about 2-3 days now. So yeah, so I won't be back for a little while, which means I'm not going to have done much. So yeah, I'm going to do quite a bit of a longer update today, as I've been doing a bit more. So yeah, if you watched previously, I did a little series on DCC. I will be finishing the very last video to that when I get back. That'll give you time to post any more questions or anything. Basically that video there is going to be sort of 5 minutes long. I'm going to try and answer any of the questions people have asked me. So if anyone has asked me a question, just hang on a bit. I will get it done. Actually, saying that, I may try and post that video before I leave, just to see how it goes. So anyway, yeah, let's get a move on with the update. Now, in the post I've got quite a few bits still coming. A few bits will just help me finish off scenery in certain areas and stuff. So I'll just show you what I've been doing while I've been waiting for that to come. Let's just get my stand out of the way. So yeah, I'll start down here with this area here. Now, the one thing that's missing from here is I'm going to add a piece of board that runs from about here to around about here somewhere to fill in this area. That means the track's not hanging over the edge or anything. So there'll be a baseboard underneath here. I've all got it cut, just haven't attached it down. But what I have done is this area here. Now, it's not all in its final position or anything. There's a little bit more work to do on it and stuff, but this is the basic layout. So, as you saw in the previous video, my water tower here. The other thing next to it is actually the water storage. Now, it's possibly going to go there. I'm not quite sure at the moment. But basically what's going to happen is I'm going to drop a pipe down from the underside into the ground. Then I'll run like a trough from the base of this to the base of this here. So you'll be able to see like a pipe going underground, storage of the water in there, sort of thing I'm thinking. So that's the water side. The other thing that steam engines require is a bit of coal. As you can see here, I brought, I'll get the box actually to show people what it is. It's called a coaling stage by Hornby Railways, so it's quite an old box. Somewhere on here is the number, there we go, R191. Now it usually comes as a kit, but I obviously bought this one second hand, and it was already made by the previous guy, who actually didn't do a bad job in making it. It's quite well nicely there. It's added a little bit of detail with these bushes and stuff. I'm going to add a bit more of my greenery around there as well, make it look quite good. The other thing which he gave me was a bag of like wood chip coal. So I've added quite a bit more coal into the top here, because usually there'd be no coal and just be a plastic mould. As well as that, it comes with this little crane thing. It was unfortunately slightly damaged. It's missing like a piece of string that goes over the top. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it somewhere. There we go. That goes over the top of the arm and drops down with a little hook or something, and so that is done. But I spent today painting it. Turn the light on, you can see the colours. And it's also just a black roof with like a yellow light or beacon or something. Your mast at the front is a nice dark green colour, which is quite good. And the doors and all the windows are I painted white. I thought that looked alright. So yeah, I think it looks quite good. So just a little bit more to add to it, but I can do that at a later date, because that's just a little thing. So yeah, that's sort of the coaling station. This is the sort of area it's all going to sit in. So as well as that, obviously coal stuff, you obviously have to maintain your locos. So I have finally got round to making myself a I forgot the name of it. Anyway, yeah, an inspection pit. There we go. I've built myself a little inspection pit for a single loco. So obviously the track would sit on like that. In here now, this gap here is going to have steps down one side and either a ramp or a lift or something like that down the other side. Down here, so obviously you get stuff underneath. But it's quite a simple bait inspection pit. Just cut out a long strip, stuck on a piece of this wood on the underside, well, screwed on a piece of wood on the underside. That's all going to be detailed out, stairs down, painted, and it's going to look like a workshop, a bit dirty and grubby workshop. Track there, and obviously there's going to be another track on the other side running along here. So yeah, that's about it, sort of this area. Hopefully it'll look quite good. Especially, I'm actually sorry to go back to. I'm actually quite happy with this. The painted. It was originally quite a nasty grey colour. That's the grey it was originally on the underside. So you can see it's a big improvement. So yeah, that's what you can do with about an hour and some paint. Makes stuff look quite good. Now tree-wise, I have been buying some more trees. Here's one of them. It's not stuck down or anything at the moment. It's like a little apple tree in blossom, I think, or a fruit tree or something in blossom, which is what I could do. I'm going to put one here. I'm possibly going to put 2 more behind it next to this house to make like a little orchard area, and a few other odd trees and things like that as well. And then I've got, actually I've got 4 more of them there, so I have 2 spare after I've done that. I think that'll look quite good around there. So yeah, I'm just waiting for, well, that's one thing that's coming in the post, is just a few other trees. So hopefully that'll be quite good. I've started work on the shed. That's downstairs. At the moment I'm making it out of card, building it myself out of card. At the moment it's in bits. But in my next update video I promise I'll have at least the basic structure finished, and you'll be able to see the design of it. It's not a standard 2-track shed. I thought it'd be a little bit different. But anyway, yeah, I've added down the final bit of ballasting around there. I'm not going to bother ballasting the last bits, as they're going to be undercover and you're not going to see them. So I think it look right. That all needs gluing down. Any areas you see that are green are going to have some grass placed in them. Same goes all around the back and the brown area on the other side. I'm possibly going to have a lot more rougher, longer grass around there. So yeah, that'll look quite good. I haven't done much more to the houses around the back. Moving around, let's get that wire out of the way. I haven't done much more over here. I've obviously finished in the ballasting on the bridge. That's all done. Yeah, I haven't done much around here. So moving on. Well, yeah, I can't remember if I showed you this in the last update, but I've attached this all down. It just needs painting and sticking there, and then that'll be like a corrugated iron wall fence, blown off at the end, and goes all down right onto the end. And I'm also going to be using some of this black fence all the way along the other side to fit it. So yeah, come around here. I've done quite a bit more work around here. I'll just remove this stuff out of the way, you can see. Finish off the ballasting all the way around. I've put down the first layer of static grass around here, as you can see. It's a little bit thin in this area here, so I definitely need a second layer there. I'm going to do a bit more of a greeny colour to go over the top, and I think that'll look quite good. I've added a little bit of bushes and scenery and stuff around here. So yeah, so that's looking alright. I need to buy a few more buffers to fit on the end of all the tracks, but that's all coming. As I said, I've got some more trees. Now, the way they've been laid out there is how I want some trees to sit. I want these to be looking like more man-made trees, and man-planted trees, as opposed to naturally planted trees. So they're going to be in a line curving around, but they're not going to be these trees. I'm going to get some proper ones from somewhere. Just talking about trees, I started on building my own. I'm just trying to work out what would be the best way to do it. So at the moment, I'm trying the twisted wire method I've seen. But yeah, if this works, I'll do a video on how I'm building them. What else have I done around here? Yes, I've started on the inside of the turntable. Basically, is what I did here was any ballast that was left over I don't need, I've thrown in there. I also threw some coal over the top. I then added some of the black tarmac, like tarmac scatter sort of stuff, which is this around the edge, which gives, I think, quite a nice looking base layer, browns, greys and blacks in there, which look quite good. I'll then be adding some static grass in random places, and obviously some thicker bushes and sort of little things like that. And yeah, I think that makes it look quite good, a bit more realistic. It's obviously, this area is far too black at the moment. It needs some greenery to like liven it up slightly. So yeah, that's all going quite nicely. As I said, done static grass all around the back here as well. This area here where I've left no static grass in there, I'm going to be adding like muddy banks and stuff. So I've got to work out how to do that. But that is pretty much it for the update. All these tracks have been wired down and stuck in. The only thing I need to do now is wire them to the bus wire. But that's all to come. So yeah, here is my other thing I've done is I filled the wagons with coal. 5 of them at the moment. Hopefully planning on getting some more soon. But this is not, none of the coal is stuck down, so if I want to I can just turn it over and take it all out, which I think will be, which is quite nice. I might stick it all in later, but I have to decide. I've also fixed my crane. Originally it was too stiff to go around corners because the main body of it wouldn't rotate on the chassis. It was just too much friction there. So basically, what I did is I broke off the plastic glue stuff, and then restuck it in a different way, and it's now working fine. So yeah, hopefully that'll be working quite nice. It seems to be working at the moment. I think if you have a quick look around, that is basically the as much as I've done so far. So yeah, I've got quite a bit more to do, as you can see. As I said, in the next update video, which will probably be 2 weeks or so, maybe 2.5 weeks, I'm going to hopefully have my shed at least part built. Maybe no detail on it, but at least built, so you'll be able to see where that goes. Once that is done, I can then start adding more scenery around here, so obviously gluing down ballast, static grass all the way around, bushes, trees, things like that. They should all be in soon. I'm planning on not sticking down trees, and I'm just placing them in the correct place. I think that'll look a bit better. I need to get my painting out and start doing some work on this. I've got to do this side here and all the way down the other side. I think that'll look okay. I'm also decided what I'm finding and doing that gap. You see the gap in the baseboard just here. I'm going to turn it into a bit of a muddy, rivery sort of canal area. And at this end here, it's going to go into a tunnel. For like water, so like a stone wall with a tunnel in it. I think that'll look alright. Details around and things like that. So yeah, that'll hopefully hide it in. As I said, I need to add a tiny bit more of a baseboard around here. Once that's done, I can then start sticking down the rest of this. Bit more detail in here, track on. So yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. This here needs weathering. It looks far too plasticky at the moment. And also I've got to decide if I'm going to keep it there or not. Final position, all that sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully that will all come soon. I have had a check and the locos do fit underneath it fine. So that should be okay. Yeah, that is about it for this update. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to be about 2 weeks or so till my next one, maybe slightly more than that. I will try and finish off my DCC mini-series part questions video, hopefully tomorrow. I think I've got a few minutes free to finish that off. So that'll be coming soon. And yeah, that is about it. So if you have any comments about this or anything, especially if you want to ask me anything about DCC, leave them a comment or send me a message. If you want to have a quick look on my channel, as you can see, I'm obviously building a layout at the moment, and I've been showing you how I built it from the very start, so check out my channel. While you're on there, I'd appreciate if you please subscribe. Always nice to get a few more subscribers, sort of be able to have people asking more questions, things like that. If anyone has any hints or any tips or anything like that they want to give me, that maybe they want me to sort of tell everyone who's watching these videos, I'm happy to do that. Again, you'll just want to leave a comment or something. Yeah, that is about it for this video. I know I've said that loads of times. So thanks for watching, and I will hopefully see you in a few weeks' time.